All right, so sitting next to me today is a 2021 Audi R8 rear wheel drive, and today I'm going to bring you a review of it, showing you the interior, exterior, and going through how this thing drives. But anyway, starting on the exterior of it, up front, this is a super aggressive looking car, and you have these super aggressive and sharp looking LED headlights up front, and it's all black, of course. Now moving over to the side, you have 20-inch rims all around, and you get 6-piston brake calipers up front with 15-inch discs, and moving back here you get 4-piston calipers with 14-inch discs back here. You also get these nice carbon fiber side blades right here with carbon fiber trim on each side, and this one surrounding the gas cap of the R8. Of course, this is a super sleek and stylish looking car from the side. On the back, of course, classic R8. It's looked like this for half a decade, but look how massive these exhaust pipes are, and this leads back, of course, to that naturally aspirated V10. Here's what that sounds like. On top of that, you have a pretty large diffuser back here in this gloss black paint, and of course, blacked out Audi badges and R8 badges. Now, as for the engine, this is a 5.2 liter naturally aspirated V10. This one makes 532 horsepower and 398 pound-feet of torque, and of course, this one is rear wheel drive, and this engine is connected to a 7-speed dual clutch automatic. All right, now moving on to the interior of the Audi R8 rear wheel drive, the first thing I want to talk about is how well everything in this car is put together. You have no center console wobble, all the leather is perfect, most of the stitching looks perfect. You have Alcantara on the steering wheel with leather, and then Alcantara on the headliner as well. Now these seats, this one was equipped with the Recaro bucket seats. These ones are finished in red, and they are still heated, but adjustability isn't the best. Now this one doesn't have a center screen like most Audis do. This one has the digital cockpit running MMI. Plenty of information in there. You can see your navigation, you can see your music, your drive modes, performance meters, everything like that. Now what I really love is the steering wheel in this car, which has your performance selector on here for dry, snow, and wet. It also activates launch control when you turn that on and hold down the brake and down the gas pedal. You have your drive modes, of course, and your exhaust button right here as well. There's also tons of carbon fiber in here, like on the door and around the vents and around the gear selector and media controls down here. This one also has a wireless charger, 2 USB Types A's, and an aux port, and it also has a CD player in a 2021 vehicle. Isn't that crazy? Now, as for storage, which who cares how much storage a supercar has, it's actually pretty decent, and then you get 2 cup holders right here in the middle, but the biggest problem with that is if you put your arm right here and try to rest it on there, when you are driving, you have a cup in here, you move your arm back, and you're going to spill whatever all over your Recaro bucket seats. But other than that, I do like the interior of this car. If you're younger, these bucket seats probably won't bother you as much. Now, just so you know, on a road trip, this does not come available with adaptive cruise control or lane keep assist, so you are going to have to modulate the speed all by yourself. It has cruise control, of course, but yeah. But who cares? You don't care about those luxury features in a supercar, so. All right, so we're gonna launch the car now. So the way you do that, come to a stop, press the performance button right here, foot all the way on the brake. This has got a squirrely rear end. The 911 Turbo S got the same reaction out of me. The Carrera S got the same reaction out of me. And the R8 has got the same reaction out of me. I can't imagine what the Quattro system is like. The rear-wheel drive system, which that was way faster than 3.6 seconds. There's no doubt about that. But the Quattro system is faster. And I can't imagine what this car would be like with Quattro. Even though Quattro weighs, when they took out Quattro, you lost about 150 pounds worth of weight. But that 150 pounds worth of weight added back to it, the efficiency of using all that torque with the all-wheel drive, it kind of makes up for the fact that you add those 150 pounds back Like, that traction loss was not ridiculous. And this is such a daily drivable supercar. That's what I love about the R8s, is it's not a supercar that you can't drive every day and be uncomfortable. Now, granted, this has these bucket seats, which they're not the most comfortable. Lumbar's not adjustable. I lied. It can go forward and backward with this lever down here. And the steering wheel's adjustable. But they're not the most comfortable because you don't have lumbar support. They're not the cushiest in the world. They're well bolstered, and they keep you in place. So if you ever track the car, and the transmission, this dual clutch, it can be a little bit clunky at slower speeds. But the benefit of it being a dual clutch is at very high speeds and under intense acceleration, this thing shifts lightning quick. And the braking on this car is also incredible as well. It comes to a stop dead fast with those large 6-piston brakes in the front and those 4 pistons in the rear. And those carbon ceramic brakes, they don't heat up. They just take heat better than the regular disc brakes do. And they are drilled too, which improves cooling. Now, some things they've changed for the R8 rear-wheel drive over the R8 Quattro is the fact that the R8 Quattro has a hollow rear axle, and this one with the rear-wheel drive has a solid rear axle. So this also has a stiffer anti-roll bar, and it has more negative camber in the rear than the Quattro model does as well. So you're not just getting a drivetrain change from all-wheel to rear-wheel drive. You are getting some upgrades to make sure the ride quality is a little stiffer and you have a little more control over the car and that the handling's better. So Audi's not completely leaving you in the dark, just taking out the front components for the drivetrain, calling it rear-wheel drive, and just like throwing it back at you. They have made some suspension and chassis changes to make sure that you have a little more rigidity in a rear-wheel drive system. Steering is very direct, slow and high speeds. It's intuitive. And the suspension, of course, is going to be a little stiffer because you are in a supercar, so going over bumps, don't expect anything to be soft because you're not riding in an A8. This is an R8. And that is the Audi R8 rear-wheel drive. Now, the price of this on Audi's website starts about $150, but this one, with the car market being the way it is right now, it's about $205,000 with 3,000 miles on it. That is crazy. So if you're looking to order one new, about $150K with no options added to it. And once you spec this one up, you start getting up into 170, 180, 190 territory. Now, the rear-wheel drive version of this car is about $50,000 cheaper than the Quattro version of this car. So if you're looking to save about $50,000 on an Audi R8, consider getting the rear-wheel drive version. You just will not be getting all that much of the acceleration that the Quattro does, which does low 3 seconds to high 2 seconds for 0 to 60. Anyways, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button down below, and if you want to see more from us, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.